It started with a sound I almost ignored, a low, broken whimper behind the dumpsters outside my apartment building. I thought it was just another stray. Miami has plenty of those. But when I turned the corner, I saw a dog sitting perfectly still in the rain, staring at me like it had been waiting. And in that moment, I swear it looked like it recognized me. I should have walked away. Instead, I crouched down. The dog didn't move. It was thin, ribs showing, fur clumped with dirt. Around its neck was a frayed collar with no tag, just a strip of metal scratched so badly I couldn't read it. When I reached out, it didn't flinch. It leaned in. That was the first thing that felt wrong. Because stray dogs don't trust people that easily, I named him Rusty. I told myself I'd only feed him once, but he came back the next day, and the day after that. On the fourth day, he wasn't alone. He was waiting at the edge of the parking lot, staring into the alley like he wanted me to follow him. I didn't. Not at first, but then he dropped something at my feet. A small silver earring, and everything changed. Because I recognized it. It was on a missing persons flyer I'd seen taped to a telephone pole 2 blocks away. A woman named Marisol Vega, missing for 11 days. The flyer said last seen near my neighborhood. I remember laughing nervously to myself, like it was a coincidence. But Rusty just sat there, staring at me like the joke was on me. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the way he looked at me. Not begging, not lost, like he was trying to show me something. The next morning, I went back to the alley. He was already there, waiting. And this time, he didn't bring me anything. He just walked away, stopping every few steps to make sure I was following. I told myself it was stupid, but I followed anyway. He led me past the back of the grocery store, through a narrow strip of overgrown grass, and into a fenced-off lot I'd never noticed before. There was a small storage facility behind it. Old, half-abandoned. One unit stood out. The lock was new. Too new. Rusty stopped in front of it and sat down. And that's when I felt it. That sinking feeling in my chest, like I had just walked into something I wasn't supposed to see. I left. I didn't open it. Not yet. But I couldn't unsee it either. That night, I looked up Marisol Vega again. There was an update. Her family had hired a private investigator. Police were still calling it a voluntary disappearance. But her mother said something in an interview that stuck with me. She would never leave her dog. I froze, because I hadn't thought about the dog. The flyer mentioned a dog, a brown mixed breed. Name, Rusty. My stomach dropped. No, that couldn't be right. The next morning, I took Rusty to a vet clinic. I lied and said I found him injured. They checked the microchip. The nurse scanned it twice. Then she looked at me like something had gone wrong. "This chip is registered to a Marisol Vega," she said quietly. I remember feeling the room tilt a little. "She's the missing person," I said. The vet nodded slowly. "Then this is her dog." Rusty wasn't a stray, he was hers. So why was he on the street? That's when things started getting worse, because Rusty stopped acting like a stray entirely. He started acting like a witness who didn't know how to speak. He would sit at my door at exactly 3:17 a.m. every night, staring down the hallway, whining softly. Then he started bringing more things: a torn piece of fabric, a cracked phone case, a set of keys with a single red keychain. All of them matched items from Marisol's missing report. I went back to the storage unit. This time, I didn't hesitate. The lock had been changed again, but the door wasn't fully shut, just slightly ajar, and Rusty wouldn't stop shaking. When I pushed it open, the smell hit me first. Not what I expected, not dramatic, just stale, closed in, wrong. Inside were boxes stacked neatly, too neatly, like someone was trying to look organized. But one box was open, and inside it was a handbag. Marisol's handbag. I knew because I'd seen it in her photos online. My hands started shaking. I didn't touch anything else. I called the police from outside the unit. When they arrived, I stayed back. Rusty sat beside me the entire time, watching the officers like he knew what they would find, and they found more. A phone, clothes, a notebook, and something they didn't say much about. A cleanup tarp with traces they called biological evidence. That was the moment everything shifted, because suddenly it wasn't a missing person case anymore. It was a murder investigation. and I had just walked them into it. But the strangest part wasn't inside the unit. It was who showed up while the police were still there. A man from my building, Eddie Morales. He lived 2 floors above me. Always polite, always normal. He even asked what was going on, like he hadn't already heard. When he saw Rusty, something flickered in his face. Just for a second. Then it was gone. But I saw it. Rusty saw it too, because he started growling, low, controlled, like he recognized something I didn't. The officer asked Eddie if he knew the victim. He said no too quickly, too clean. Then he added, "I think I saw that dog wandering around weeks ago, probably ran off." But Rusty didn't run off. He stayed, eyes locked on Eddie. That night, I made a mistake. I took Rusty home. I thought I was protecting him. But at 2:58 a.m., I woke up to scratching at my front door. Not gentle scratching, urgent, panic. When I opened it, Rusty bolted inside and hid under my kitchen table. And then I heard footsteps in the hallway, slow, measured, stopping right outside my door. A knock. 3 times. I didn't answer. Another knock. Then Eddie's voice through the door, calm, almost friendly. "Hey, your dog's making a lot of noise. He's disturbing the building." I didn't move. Rusty was shaking so hard, his nails scraped the tile. Then silence, for a full minute. Then Eddie said something that made my skin go cold. Funny, Marisol's dog used to do that too. I looked down at Rusty. He wasn't looking at the door anymore. He was looking at me, like he was warning me. The next morning, I called the police again. But by the time they checked Eddie's unit, he was gone. So was everything inside it, except for one thing, a receipt. From a hardware store, dated the night Marisol went missing, bought under cash, but the surveillance footage still existed, and this time they actually showed it to me. Eddie, carrying heavy trash bags, and a dog leash, Rusty's leash. That was the final piece. Everything snapped into place after that. Marisol had been walking Rusty late at night. Eddie had offered help with something small, a broken pipe in her unit. That's what the police believed. An argument happened. Then silence. And when it was over, Rusty was the only one who made it out, somehow. He escaped through the back lot, covered in dirt, confused, injured. And for 11 days, he survived alone. Until he found me. Not by accident, because when the police finally caught Eddie 2 days later, hiding near the edge of the city, he said something strange during questioning. He said that dog shouldn't have remembered, but Rusty did. And that's what got him caught. Because Rusty didn't just lead me to evidence, he led them back to memory, back to truth, back to what Eddie tried to bury. Marisol's case was officially closed 3 weeks later. They called it solved, but I still think about that night sometimes. When Rusty sat in my apartment, finally calm, finally safe, and I realized something I can't unthink. He didn't choose me because I rescued him. He chose me because I was close enough to finish what he started. And every now and then, when it's quiet enough, he still stares at my front door, like he's waiting for someone else to come back, or making sure they don't.